Welcome to the Daily Star's news analysis, and we have our consulting editor, Mr. Kamal Ahmed. Kamal bhai, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
So today, we have the manifestos. Political parties are sort of unveiling their manifestos, and there's also the political debates and the rhetorics that are happening, and it's heating up. So let's look at some of the top stories. The Islami Andolan has unveiled its manifesto, pledging Islamic principles in governance. The party says Islam offers a complete framework for justice, accountability, and state administration. What does it mean for the average person?
Well, it looks like that Islami Andolan is placing itself as the torchbearer of Islamic politics in the Bangladesh. They are juxtaposing themselves against Jamaat-e-Islami, who is the major party in doing Islamic politics in Bangladesh, calling for Islamic state or Islamic governance, especially in terms of justice, rule of law, and social practices. Now, the Islami Andolan comes first in unveiling their election manifesto, and they're focusing on Islamic rule,
right,
Islamic governance. So it's interesting. On the same day, two Islamic parties unveiling manifestos, which is coming very late in the election campaigning,
right,
on the part of all political parties. It's very strange that just only about a week now,
just
8 days,
yes,
and now we are getting that manifesto. But the campaign has already taken shape. It's largely on rhetorics, personal attacks, past history evaluation, this kind of things. So we'll have to see how much these manifestos come into play when the voters decide which way to go.
So when we talk about Islamic principles, what does it mean for the Constitution?
There are some unexplained, uncharted territories. Some of the issues that might not appear to be in line with the or aligned with the Constitution, especially existing Constitution. So we'll have to look for answers, explanations in their manifesto, what they say. The Islamic Andolan leaders, they have said that they will ensure Islamic governance,
yes,
and also justice system.
And equal rights for minorities and everyone else.
That's true. But when you say that Islamic justice system and Islamic governance will take precedence over everything else, then the question comes, minorities' position, whether that's protected, meaning is protected on equal footing, or there is some sort of spatial arrangement. So it needs to be clarified, and probably in the coming days we will hear lots about it.
Right. Now, going to rhetoric and heated debates and discussions. So earlier today, the BNP chairman, Tariq Rahman, had said a covert political force has emerged as new oppressors. To elaborate, he was talking about how after August 5, 2024, there was a public expectation that the authoritarian behavior would cease to exist, but he said it's still continuing. What does it mean?
The problem is actually these covert actors. By this, he is sort of alluding us to the fact that during Awami League's regime, many student activists, especially belonging to Chhatra Shibir, were actually taken shelter or were active under the shadow of Chhatra League or under the cover of Chhatra League. So they are now coming out in tropes that we are Islamic Chhatra Shibir, people who used to know them as Chhatra Leaguers. So this is a quite interesting development, and we know that these former Chhatra Leaguers, now to be Chhatra Shibir, they have succeeded in they have shown great success in university elections.
Right.
And among the youth, there is some significant or recognizable sort of presence of these groups.
Yeah, they're quite popular.
And probably that's the reason BNP chairperson has now using these rhetorics and warning them that their behavior has not changed. And that's most worrying thing. If their behavior didn't change, like what they used to do under Chhatra League rules or Chhatra League's activities, that kind of behavior is really worrying, which is creating mob, terrorizing people, not tolerating or respecting opponent's view, this kind of things, which is some kind of symptoms of fascist tendencies. That's what the BNP is alleging now, but it still has to be accepted by others or has to be proven. We are yet to see how it develops.
It is their take. It is their take,
Yes.
obviously. Now, going to Jamaat. Jamaat leader Golam Parwar today has said he has sort of linked the recent X hack, the hacking incident of
X meaning former
Twitter hack to BNP, Bongo Bhavan, and India. That's an interesting claim. And he has said cyber attack was launched to damage Jamaat's image.
So, in the country as a whole, anti-India sentiment is very prominent now. You can see it everywhere. And it's not just Jamaat, it's all parties across the board actually have been critical to India's foreign policy and India's particularly last 17 years unconditional backing to Awami League. So that's a popular resentment against our largest neighbor, biggest neighbor. He is linking it with that India element, and this is for the first time Jamaat directly accusing India's hand or some sort of role in this Jamaat leaders account hacking, X account hacking, social media account hacking. We haven't had any proof so far. Police haven't said anything about India's role.
Police have arrested detained
one person who is an employee of Bongo Bhavan. I don't know whether we can say Bongo Bhavan employee, because Bongo Bhavan posting is transferable. It's not a permanent posting.
Right.
Government servants, civil servants, and this is a very non-cadre job. Assistant. What's the term? He works for
ICT, Bongo Bhavan's
division. Assistant programmer.
Right.
Yes, assistant programmer. So probably just a contract basis job. He could have done that. I don't know. So we are still waiting to get more information from police, and then we can certainly say yes, he is connected with that. He has been arrested as a suspect.
Right.
Police has not laid out the exact accusations or allegations against him. What are the charges? So if the charges are proven, established, and police also say that there is some India connection or connection beyond our borders, then we can probably think about or ask questions about why India is doing that. So far, this is just an allegation by a politician. We don't have seen any evidence so far. And as I said, this is probably due to getting currencies because of anti-India popular resentment.
Right. And of course, he has also sort of, linked BNP along with India and Bongo Bhavan.
That is very strange. That is very strange, and I am sure that BNP will react angrily and probably seek clarification. So let's see how it develops. We haven't seen any evidence so far, and we can't connect BNP with this hacking. We don't have any knowledge about India's role in this hacking, and we only have this part, what police so far have released, that they have detained one employee who worked at Bongo Bhavan. Whether he worked independently as an isolated individual, or instigated by someone or patronized by someone, engaged by someone, we don't know. We have to wait for the details to come out.
So obviously this is going to get, as we move gradually more towards the election, it's only going to become more intense.
Yes, as I said before, this is unfortunate that we are not seeing electioneering or campaigning on the basis of policies, what those parties will do if they win, what will be the future of the country in terms of governance, in terms of economic prospect, in terms of education, in terms of climate change, policies about water management. We are not listening anything about those things, those issues. Everything is revolving around these sort of trading accusations against each other among political leadership, top leadership, and blaming parties, each other, like for their past or present policies, nothing else.
So that's all for this evening. Thank you so much for being with us, Kamal Bhai.
Thank you.